Hello guys, this weekend Manchester United face Southampton at St Mary's, and I do believe it is the 2 o'clock kickoff on Sunday, so let's get into it. Let's cue the intro. Oh no, and welcome back to Matchday Live, and it's me Dan back again, and this weekend Manchester United face Southampton. And it's on Sunday. It's the 2 o'clock kickoff. So yeah, the team I've gone for is pretty much the same against Leeds. I wouldn't be surprised if he did put the same team out. So we're going to go with Greenwood up top with Fernandes, Pogba on the left, Fred and McTominay in midfield, and then Sancho on the right. I think Sancho will start this game because obviously Southampton is a totally different. The Southampton game will be totally different. And then obviously Luke Shaw, Maguire, Lindelof, and Wan-Bissaka. There is talk that Varane might start the game, but I don't think he will. I think he might come on just for some game time at like the 70th minute mark if we're winning, obviously, for Lindelof or something like that. Just to get him into the team, obviously. There is also talk Jesse Lingard might start, and there's also talk of Van der Beek. He might start this weekend as well with Matic instead of these two. So I don't know. We have to see we have to see what team he does put out for this weekend. I wouldn't be surprised if Varane does get his main start this weekend, but I wouldn't be surprised if he went with Lindelof again, because obviously of the last games. Let's play match and let's talk about that last game, which was against Leeds, and we did win the game 5-1. A scoreline that I did not see coming. I was expecting like a really good game. I thought, both teams first game, both teams are going to be, pretty much after, pre-season games, they're just going to be not up for it, but the first 45 minutes they'll be up for it, but then second half will be like a kind of like a pre-season game. Got that totally wrong. So yeah, let's start off with United first half started really well. The first proper chance come through Paul Pogba is Greenwood up front. He gets a little nutmeg on a defender, and then he goes, puts a good through ball towards Paul Pogba. All Paul Pogba has to do is to go on and score. He doesn't do that, and in the end, he just puts it wide. I literally thought he scored because the way the net rippled, it looked like he scored, but it just went out, off the side netting and behind the goal. So yeah, he was unlucky with that. But United were pretty much all over Leeds. Leeds just couldn't handle them for the first couple minutes. I will admit, Leeds kind of got into the game closer to half time. But I think they wasn't expecting this United, all front on and stuff like that. And we did get our first goal through this man, Mr. Bruno Fernandes. A really good game, obviously, Bruno Fernandes. He did score a hat-trick, and his first goal was a brilliant one. It's just McTominay wins the ball back from the goal kick. McTominay puts a really good ball into Paul Pogba, and then Paul Pogba's first time pass through to Bruno Fernandes, takes a really good touch and then shoots at the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper does save it, but it just goes into the net. So then that was 1-0. So that was a really good finish and a really good start for United in that first couple minutes, and thank God we did score. And then it finished half time 1-0. Not much to say about it really. United were all over them. We just couldn't get that second goal, and then the second half it started pretty well as well. Leeds scored with an absolute cracker of a rocket goal. It's from Luke Ayling, I think his name is. He just gets that bit of space. I think Paul Pogba must have not tracked him or something. I don't know. He didn't track him, and he had the time and shot in the world, and it was an absolute rocket. They had absolute no chance. And then that was 1-1. I was thinking, oh God, here we go. Second half United was going to turn up. They turned up for the first half, and they're not going to turn up for the second half. But literally, 2 or 3 minutes later, Paul Pogba yet again, great through ball towards Greenwood. Greenwood's first touch makes it, and then he just puts it past the Leeds goalkeeper. That was 2-1. And then yet again, we win the ball back in midfield. United, I think it was Fred who wins it back, and Paul Pogba puts a really good through ball towards Bruno Fernandes, and then Bruno Fernandes turned and, kind of scooped it into the net. Well, he didn't. He scooped it over to the line of the net, and obviously the goal line technology gave us the goal. But on the replays, it pretty much showed that he had scored. So Bruno Fernandes made it 3, and then literally 10 minutes later, United made it 4. A really good pass from Lindelof from the centre-back role. A really great, just great run from Bruno Fernandes. Really great pass from Lindelof. Just onside. They mentioned, I think they mentioned on Match of the Day that if if we had the same offside lines that we had last season, it would have been offside. But obviously this season they've kind of made them a bit more thicker and to benefit the attacker. And we got the goal through that, and it's a really good finish as well from Bruno Fernandes. The goalkeeper absolutely no chance. He's just smashed it into the net, first touch, and then bang. Really good goal. So then that was a 4-1, and then literally 10 minutes before we finish, there's another good through ball, good handling from Greenwood. He puts the ball on the plate for Pogba, and then Pogba, all he has to do is just put it on a plate for someone in that midfield role. And of all people, it's Pastor Fred. Yeah, Fred, who comes on and scores just a simple tap in. And even Ole Gunnar Solskjaer said after the game, even if when Fred scores, we've had a really good game. Fred scores. He puts it past the goalkeeper at the edge of the box, and he made it 5. So then that was pretty much the game. By that point, obviously, by the third goal, Leeds were all over. They can't really do much. We saw, obviously, before the game as well, United announced the Varane signing as well, which was really good to see. United to do that for the Old Trafford crowd. Oh, excuse me. It was really nice to see him do that for the Old Trafford crowd, and it's just a good thing to see. We also saw Sancho start as well, which was good to see. No, we didn't see him start. He came on for like 5-10 minutes. So we saw a little bit of him. He tried a little couple flicks and he beat the couple of defenders. But by then, the Leeds players weren't really trying. I think they were just, trying to get the game out over and done with, really. That was pretty much that. We had a really good game on Saturday, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, we had a game against Burnley behind closed doors at Old Trafford, and it was, I believe, it was a 3-1 victory over Burnley. It was just a friendly, behind the scenes friendly. It was only by luck that I think someone was in the stadium when the game was going on. And I think we won the game 3-1. I think Maguire scored. Well, I'll say Harry Maguire / Martial scored. I do believe Sancho started in that game, so I wouldn't be surprised if he started against Southampton this weekend. I think it's good to see that we won that pre-match friendly. We won that friendly. In that midweek friendly, I would say, against Burnley. We pretty much started like Tom Heaton in goal, and we had all of our, pretty much reserves playing. But it's good to see that our reserves did win that game. Some of our players did come on at half time. I think Paul Pogba came on at half time. Quite a few players played, obviously because it was a friendly. But, I think Bai started. Who else started? Sancho started, I know that. Mata started, Brandon Williams started, Delo started. There's quite a few, it was a pretty much a friendly, really. But in the end, United did win, and it's nice to see that we got that pre-match you know, it's nice to see we got that pre-match, you know, game time. We've got a bit more game time, which is nice to see for our players. We didn't see Varane, unfortunately. He did start training this week, and apparently Cavani also started training this week, which was nice to see. Obviously, because he had to come back from, I think he came back from the Copa America, so he had a bit of a break. So we might see Cavani this weekend. I doubt we will. I think it will be Green. Like I said, I think it will be the same team that started this this game last week. Oh, there we go. Look, we can bring on Varane for Lindelof. But yeah, Varane had most of the training this week, so it's nice to see. Hopefully, we will get into, you know, hopefully we will see him this weekend against Southampton. Obviously, Southampton, they was a good side until they sold pretty much most of their good players, like Danny Ings. They sold Danny Ings. They sold Vestergaard to Leicester. I did see that Ward-Prowse did get a new contract, so I wouldn't be surprised, you know, if he normally does turn up in the United game. He scores quite a few free kicks, doesn't he? But yeah, this weekend, I think Southampton, didn't they lose? I think they was winning 1-0 at half time, but then they lost 3-1 to Everton. So, you know, it was a bit of a bad start for them last weekend in the Premier League. So it will be a tough game for United, because it won't be as open as the Leeds game, I don't think. You know, Southampton will, you know, defend for their life and then wait for United to, you know, calm down a bit. What is De Gea doing there? Okay. You know, it won't be as open as the Leeds game. You know, Southampton, they are a good side. Obviously, we beat them 9-0 at home last season. I don't know what the score was at their place last season, off the top of my head. I think we did win, because we didn't lose away last season. Away, so I wouldn't be surprised if we we can see if we can continue on that run that we have against, you know, in away teams. But obviously it will be different, because obviously they'll have their home crowd back, and I think that's their first game back in. Yeah, it is their first game back from. Oh, look at that! Harry Maguire scores. Wouldn't be surprised, you know, if. You know, it will be a tough game nonetheless. 5 minutes left. Any transfers? I can't see any more transfers happening. Again, I think it's just more players going out on loan. There is talk of Jesse Lingard maybe going, but again, nothing has come out recently. Brandon Williams, that's the most one I could say. He's going out on loan. It looks like he's going out on loan to Norwich, and then I think they're trying to loan out Ahmad as well. So it would be nice to see if Ahmad can get into a Premier League side more than a Championship side as well. There's talk of Ghana obviously going out back on loan. There's loads of talk of our players, you know, some of our players going out on loan. It's more that, you know, all United fans pretty much want at the moment is, you know, defensive midfielder. Whether or not we'll get that is another question, but, you know, we'll have to wait and see on that. So anyway, guys, score prediction for this weekend. I think United will score, but I think it might be you know, it won't be a 5-1 like last weekend. I think United will score. I wouldn't be surprised if Bruno Fernandes gets a goal again. It would be nice to see, you know, Sancho or Pogba score as well. Even Greenwood, you know, if we can get Greenwood a goal again, that wouldn't be too bad. So, score prediction. Do you know what? I think United will win. I'm going to go. Do you know what? I might go 2-0. I think United might keep a clean sheet. It's just going to be a hard one for United. I think United will win. You know, we'll get that first goal, and then we'll probably just sit back for most of the game. But, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if we got that first goal and then we get a late goal like we did like last season. You know, we get a late goal, 90th minute on the counter-attack, 2-0, something like that. That's what I can see this weekend against Southampton. It won't be a 5-1 like we did here. So anyway, guys, I am actually going to end it here for today. So please like, comment and subscribe, and don't forget to leave your score predictions below. So right, guys, I'm going. Bye.